but in bed he just doesn't satisfy me anymore. Sweetie, don't worry. I've got a friend in mind that I can introduce you to. Trust me, he can go for hours. And his cock, don't even get me started. The last time we had sex, I climaxed more than 5 times and couldn't stop shaking afterwards.
My heart shattered in a million pieces as I overheard my dear wife of 15 years saying these words about me to her best friend. It was my 40th birthday, and I just sat there behind the half-closed doors looking down my pants, red with anger and disgust. But deep down, I knew she was right. I was nothing more than an utter failure. A husband incapable of keeping his wife satisfied. Because no matter how much I've tried, and no matter how many toys, arousal methods, and pills I've tried, my limp little penis just couldn't stay hard. But as shameful as it was, I'm thankful for every second of that day because this horrifying event made me man up and gave me the courage I needed to change everything in my life. As I heard my wife scheming an affair behind my back, calling me impotent, something no man ever wishes to hear from his beloved partner. I decided that was the last day when my powerless manhood ruined my life. It took everything I had and almost all my savings, but I jumped on an extremely dangerous road where I witnessed firsthand the dark side of the adult drug industry and their life-threatening side effects. I almost had the skin of my penis peeled off. Yet, after 18 painful months, I did it. I not only saved my penis, but also managed to find a simple, natural, and 100% efficient way to achieve long-lasting, hour-long savage erections. Something that made my neurologist and his 2 hot, skinny little assistants question my sanity, especially since I did it without bizarre vacuum devices, useless therapy, heart-destroying drugs, or stretching exercises. And most certainly without dangerous injections or any life-threatening surgery. Oh, they were so wrong about all this, and you need to listen to me today, despite what the media can glamour together with their rookie medical writers, have been posting on their so-called mainstream websites. The real reason why your penis is asleep has nothing to do with your genes, hormonal imbalances, stress, anxiety, lack of confidence, or whatever pathetic new issue they'll come up with next year. Nor does it come from strange diseases like they so falsely claim. But what does modern science say about this secret? Well, John Davis, a medical author and Fox News health investigator, says, does it work? Considering its long history of positive use, we can say yes. And Harvard University researchers say it makes sex more pleasurable and may enhance erectile strength. And in case you're wondering, this ancient secret doesn't involve wasting money on little blue or yellow pills that come with dangerous side effects, risky and painful surgeries, unnecessary and expensive doctor's visits, blood flow enhancers, testosterone pills or injections, penis pumps, hypnotherapy, and it won't have you wasting precious time on supplements that only treat half the problem. More on this in a moment. And I can pretty much guarantee the secret I'm about to reveal goes against everything you and your doctor knew about erectile health. A secret so simple and effective, it could give you bigger, fuller, harder, and longer-lasting erections than you had in years, if not decades, so that you can give your woman mind-altering sex for hours on end, night after night. Or have the newfound confidence to play the field and be a conqueror of women. And it doesn't matter if you haven't had sex in a year or in a decade, or if you just get the occasional limp dick, or you struggle with performance anxiety or premature ejaculation, or if you just want to dramatically boost your stamina and endurance, or you just want to have more sex that leaves her breathless and shaking like a leaf. So watch this video while you still can, because this long-lost erection secret exposes the billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry's biggest lie and threatens their bottom line, which is why they've already taken steps to censor what I'm going to expose. So please stick with me. It may be your only opportunity to see this secret before I get silenced, and to reclaim your confidence, your sex life, and your manhood. People like Dennis R. from Colorado, who reports, "I'm more confident, happier, and it has brought back a dynamic to my marriage that makes planning date night exciting again." Or James D. from New Jersey, who writes, "Pete, I wanted to express my appreciation. I have been married for 35 years and have suffered from ED for some time, but was embarrassed to discuss this problem with my doctor. Thank goodness I saw your presentation, because Pete, your secret works, and it made me shiver to think about the life-changing trauma you helped me avoid. And I know this sounds hard to believe, but nowadays my erections are harder than ever. I mean harder than when I was 16. I'm serious about that, which has actually created a little bit of a new problem. Because your secret had made my dick this hard, it's actually bigger than it was as a young man. I'd say at least 15% bigger. And frankly, it's been hurting my wife. So now we use lots of lube and go super slow. That way I don't break her in half. My point? It's a small price to pay to have my manhood back. Thank you, Pete. Thank you." I know seeing some of these miraculous results will make you wish you found this years ago. And I'm certain the simplicity of this solution will shock you. So watch this urgent presentation until the very end, as I can't say how long it will be online. You see, 90% of all men experience symptoms of a penis that just stops working. And the big pharma industry is worth over $1 trillion. That's 1 trillion reasons why the medical conglomerates do not want you to discover this simple at-home trick. Because it threatens to cut deep into their profits, while men around the world suffer in silence as our independence and masculinity is stripped away. So it's possible they will try everything in their power to take down this inexpensive ritual. Making it crucial you shut off all distractions, take a seat, and listen closely, as the next 3 minutes will change your life or the life of a loved one forever.
So like I mentioned, my name is Pete Cooper. By trade, I'm a marriage counselor, where I've had the privilege to help couples of all ages to regain the spark in and out of the bedroom. It's pretty ironic, really, because as you're about to find out, my own relationship wasn't necessarily picture perfect. Now, don't get me wrong, my wife Ashley and I loved each other more than anything and almost never argued. But recently, our sex life had been put on the back burner. We hadn't made love in over a month, and every time we tried, I just couldn't get it up for the life of me. And the few times we did have sex, the months leading up to it, I couldn't last longer than 2 minutes. I was beginning to think something was wrong with me. Now, you might be wondering why you should be listening to a couples therapist about the ultimate solution for your penis problems, especially one who struggled with sexual performance with their own spouse. Well, it all started after I discreetly surveyed more than 1,000 women who had left their husbands. I figured it would be important to stay anonymous with the survey. Otherwise, the participants would be too embarrassed to share their real thoughts. The main question I wanted to find the answer to was, why are you leaving the marriage? And the moment the answers started rolling in, my jaw dropped to the floor. I assumed the answers would be things like, he doesn't spend enough time with me, or he's not a good communicator. But what I discovered was 90% of women were actually ending their marriage because his dick doesn't get hard for me anymore. He doesn't satisfy me in the bedroom, or his penis is just too tiny. I was shocked, as these answers made me question everything I thought I knew about relationships. I just couldn't help but wonder, was my marriage counseling actually helping people, or was I just putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound? For quite a while, I ignored my survey findings, until one day things got too real for comfort. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was my 56th birthday, and things became too personal when my dick just stopped working altogether. It scared the living hell out of me, because I knew the survey results showed me what women were really thinking, and I genuinely loved my wife and thought she was the sexiest woman I'd ever laid my eyes on.